Got another update. It's Aquaponic garden. Been alive for a little while now. Not yet a week. It's coming up on a week, I believe, tomorrow. But got all the rock in there, just like I said I would, and showed in the last video. But also got some plants. Got some red bells over here, as you can see from the tag. And we got some green bells over here. And we got some Margalobe tomatoes, which are heirlooms, in the back there. And I also got a jalapeno. I've been trying to find the 6-packs of jalapeno, because that's kind of like, because then you can take them, wash down all the soil, separate all the plants, buy them in you know, a 6-pack, and get like 12 to 18 out of one 6-pack, which is like $1.77. One thing I screwed up on was I made the system, and I should have put the plants in that night, only because they really needed water, and we've been really dry here. I didn't. The peppers, they've never looked bad. They've been looking good the whole time, but those tomatoes, they look like I totally killed them. They were all drooped over. They did not look like they were healthy at all. I mean, like from right about there, I mean, literally just sagging right over. The leaves just looked leathery and crappy, and that's probably what's going on with those lower branches right there, which I'm just going to trim off. But they were really bad. They needed transplanted bad. I should have shot some video of it, but literally it was the middle of the night. It was like midnight when I came out here, was getting bit by mosquitoes, washing down all the soil out of the roots and everything and getting them planted out. One other thing that's kind of unexpected, because I figured once I had this thing full of water itself would present itself, or, you know, not, is this tub itself. I don't know if you can really tell. I'm just going to back up here, how it's kind of leaning towards me. That's because this front section is not being supported, and it's actually a little bit flimsy once you get the rock and the water in there. That's a little bit too much weight for it. So whenever I move this to its permanent location, what I'm going to do is build an actual platform for the whole thing to sit on, with 2x4s maybe, right here on the sides, at the very top, running, and like pretty much all four top sides up against this lip here. And I'll go ahead and frame it in that way to support it, because if you look and look down on it, you can see the sides are bowing a little bit there out, and like I said, it's leaning. So I think once you build a frame for it, set it completely on there, and then drill a hole for the drain right through the frame. I'll probably put like a plywood base down for it, and then drill a hole for the drain to come through. I think it should be good then. I still don't have any fish. There's no fish. Got a little bit of red sediment in there from the rock. I've been planning on just dumping this entire tank and starting over with fresh water. So, to tell you the truth, I just don't want to interrupt the cycles. I don't want to introduce chlorine to it. I don't know. Just being lazy. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and dump it, wash out this tub, and add new water. And even though there's a little bit of chlorine in there, hopefully these plants won't mind and they'll take care of it. As far as pumping, the pump is absolutely perfect. It's the exact same pump in one of my other videos, in one of my hot tub aquaponic videos. When I replaced the pump, this pump is the exact same size, little tiny little guy. I don't know if you can see that, but that's 80 to 155 gallons per hour, and I believe that's like 80 to 155. I believe that's like at low, because it's adjustable. I believe that's at low speed and high speed, and that's only whenever you're at like zero, like pretty much when you're at the water level. So every time you go up, you lose head pressure, and your pressure goes down. But as far as all right, we're starting to drain. As far as the whole design here, like I said, I'm probably going to frame it out. I'm in the process of figuring out where I want to put it permanently, and then once I figure that out, then I'm going to go ahead and frame in for both of the beds, and then I'll have 2 beds running at the exact same time. That way I can have twice the amount of plants. And pretty Alright, well, this jalapeno just came home, and it's really wanting to get in there and get a little taste of the water. So I'm going to wash him down, get all that soil off of there, and plant it pretty much where he's sitting. And that'll be it for this week on this guy. Hopefully we'll get some better... Actually, I can say that all these plants are perked up a heck of a lot more, but like I said, they were really in need of water, so that's not surprising. But not only that, but I swear a couple of these guys have already put off a little bit of growth. Like this guy right here, it looks like it's jumped up like probably like a quarter-inch or so. All three of these tomatoes, besides actually, you know, being near death and everything, the water kind of rejuvenated them, and they're actually perked up a little bit. I really can't say how much more that they look like they've grown because, like I said, they were sagging. But these peppers were not. They were standing up nice and tall the night that I put them in here. And they look, all of them, look like they've grown a little bit. This one the most, like a quarter-inch, like I said. And this one right behind it, probably like 1/8 of an inch, and then we're going down from there. But I'm going to get this jalapeno planted out, and we'll be ready to go. Alrighty. Got most of the dirt out of there. That was a big root mass for this plant. It's pretty much ready to go, and for those of you that want details on everything, I know I don't provide tons of details, but literally move aside rock, put in plant, and pretty much bury it. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. And like that, it's planted. Alright, well, that's pretty much it for this week. I got a few more plans to go. I've got to get some more fish in here. That's coming. Also, I'm going to need an aerator. That way I can aerate right in here in the bell siphon, unless I decide to somehow go ahead and bury an air stone in here. In the other bed, that is an idea that I am going to try to do, is before I even put down the stone, is I'm just going to put probably opposite the bell siphon, so it'd be like over here, and I'm going to get like one of those 6 or 8-inch stones and just pretty much bury it in the center of it, but towards the supply side where the water's coming in. That way, by the time it gets to the drain, hopefully we'll have some good aerated water, and the plants should like that. Alright, well, this garden is pretty much good to go for right now. I got some room in there for some smaller things, which hopefully I'll be able to get a few more plants here and there, throw them in here, and get going on this. I need to find a better location for this, that way I can move it, actually get it set up the correct way, that way it's not bowing or leaning or anything like that, and possibly get a slightly bigger fish tank than this, maybe double this size, just for whenever I'm running 2 beds, because this water does get a little bit low. As you can see, it's about halfway down right now, a little bit higher than halfway down, but that's a lot of water, and you add another bed to it. Although this, like I said in the last video, the lava rock is a lot more porous, so there's a lot more water going in there. And whenever I use the other bed, it's going to be pea again, and the pea actually is more mass, so it's not going to take as much water as this one is, but it is going to be sucking a lot of water out of this fish tank. So I'm probably going to look into figuring out what I'm going to use for a bigger fish tank. I've always wanted to just dig a big hole, put a liner in the ground, and make that like a koi pond kind of thing, and use that. So I may go ahead and do an idea like that if I have to, but not exactly sure. But for the time being, I'm going to use this tote, and I'm just going to move it and get it somewhere else where it can actually get more sun, as well as be level and be corrected. But that's it for this week. Until next time, later.